Oh me. Oh boy, I guess I'm off. I guess so. Hey everybody, y'all, this is Mike. Or as my friend Bob says, Mike. It almost sounds like Mark. He's from Tennessee. From Mike's Magic Resto Detailing and Paint Enhancement / Correction and Ceramic Coatings, so forth and so on, here in a sunny Sharpsburg, Georgia. What I'm going to be talking about is these two pieces of equipment here, and in a future video or videos I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of them functioning on my car Sally, because she has gotten dirty again. The main differences, folks, this one is called, us detailers call this a soap gun or a foam gun. This company, I didn't pick this particular one for any particular reason. It's called a car foam sprayer. I think it's just the first one I came across on Amazon. Just selected at random. This one I think was about 33 bucks. I believe you can get them cheaper at your Home Depots and places like that. Seemed like I had one from Home Depot at one time till I dropped it and broke it. So that, you know, that's for people who do not have a pressure washer or do not want to buy a pressure washer, an electric one. I think a gas one would probably be too powerful for this unless you could turn the PSI down, or the GSM as they call it, or GPM, gallons per minute, which is more important than the PSI. Now this is called a foam cannon. I have several of these. This is about, I think it was $83, a little bit better. Also from Amazon. Now I did pick this one for a particular reason. Many of my associates say this is the top of the line. I don't know. But it's 80 something dollars. You can get them cheaper versions. I've had a version that was like 25 bucks off Amazon. You know what? It worked just fine, but I gave it to a customer. And it's been a long time since I used these, and I think the technology has come a long way. So I'm going to, on my car, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of the foam and how it works. And I think that some of you will find that this is sufficient. There is a difference. The foam that will come from this one will be much thicker and more of it, and it will stay on the vehicle longer to dwell, as we call it. The foam from this one won't be quite as thick, won't clean quite as well, but you know what? I think it will be effective, if not quite as effective as this. But, you know, absolutely essential for those of you who just want to do your cars on the weekend, that sort of thing. DIYers. I doubt if you'll see too many pros using this. We all use this, and that's okay. You know, all that equipment for us is an investment, not so much for you guys. But this helps you substitute from the old traditional 2-bucket method, which is risky. No pros that I know of these days use the old 2-bucket method. You know, 1 bucket with soap and 1 bucket with plain water you rinse it with, blah blah blah. That is a risky thing. And that's how a lot of these cars that I get in here get what we call micro marring or micro scratching. Some of us call them love marks in the paint from improper washing methods. This is a much more effective method of getting the soap onto your car and doing what we call a pre-soak. And then also, when you get ready to do your contact wash, you know, you can soak your mitt in the soapy water, but the soap on the car with this, and then put your soapy mitt to do your contact wash. And then after I get the mitt dirty, I don't try to rinse it out. I put it to the side, grab me a new one. But if you have to use the same one, you can only afford one or only want one, you know, take it and blast it out with your hose or your pressure washer, whatever you have, before you put it back in the soapy water to try to negate any particulates that you may have picked up off of the surface of the paint of your car. Just rinsing it out in a bucket of water, not gonna do it. Not even with a grit guard. Now the grit guards are somewhat effective, they do help, but totally rinsing out your mitt in between times is much more effective and much safer. And getting the soap actually on the car with this is better too. This is ideal. Like I said, some of y'all don't want it, but in future videos I'm going to show these two things in action with a foaming soap. If you don't put a foaming soap in here, you're not going to get much foam. They make soaps that do foam, and then there's other soaps that don't. They're not designed to foam. Some of them will foam a little, but use a soap that's designed for this. And I'll show you a couple of alternatives. And folks, if you're using a pH neutral or pH balanced soap, as we call them, more about that later. As dirty as my car is, it's not going to remove the road film that I've picked up. It's been, I don't know, what, 5-6 days since I had to drive it, and I had to drive it in the rain, so it picked up all kind of crap off the roadway, out of the air, in the rainwater itself, and that is a little bit more than just a slight road film, as I call it. It's crud, and those weak soaps are not going to remove it. They will not. So I will have to go to something stronger, and I'll show you the alternatives later in another video. So stay tuned. Like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, tag people. Whew, man, that's a mouthful right there. All right, I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all.